what I've seen like the last, I don't know, 15 years is that every now and then there's a program that says, hey, you can now you can now mask this magically. And yes, as far as temporal masking, you got the temporal denoiser, and just like temporal denoiser, temporal masking is looking at the difference between frame 1 and frame 2. So in a video that works in a nice way, but in a still image it doesn't work. So what that will do is, basically, if this guy moves his foot like that, it will say that, oh hey, you know, these pixels are moving within that area, so we can now mask this. The problem is, what about the leg that is not moving? That's not going to be masked, or it will be masked, but with nowhere near the quality of the leg that is moving. So, and of course, with a still image like this, then that's not possible at all. What you would have to have would be artificial intelligence. But the problem is that AI is nowhere near being able to do that. So, for example, in a recent video, it was shown how you could throw off artificial intelligence by recognizing people just by putting a pixel in the image, and then AI would claim that, you know, this is not a human, this is a dog, and no, that's a human. So even though you can look at YouTube and find these fantastic videos on fantastic masking and fantastic recognition of humans' emotions, it's unfortunately nowhere near selecting or masking a person unless the person is moving. So if Masahiro is dancing, then you know, cool. Then a temporal masker will find out that, okay, this video shows that these legs are moving, and then it will select that. But if his upper body is not moving, then it's going to have big problems selecting. So that's what I'm saying, is that if you find a program that claims to be fantastic at automatic masking, I mean, then they're lying. It's a hoax, because you need AI in order to do that. There's no way around it, really. You know, unless the guy is dressed in a green screen looking cloth or something like that. So if he is if Masahiro is dressed like this in some pink suit, then okay, then it's going to be way easier for the program. But for example here, I mean, you can barely I mean, this has got compression artifacts and stuff in this area, so how are you going to select that? I mean, this is just a smudge, right? So, or it might be too high contrast or whatever. And the only option to fix that with RGB cameras is is AI. Nothing else really. Or perhaps if you have a crazy amount of bit depth in the image and resolution and ISO with no noise. So, but we don't have that. So in time, AI will be able to figure out that, you know, this is a jacket, and then it will make a wireframe based on that jacket, and then it will be able to figure out that, hey, this is drapery, this is cloth. So we will be able to make a wireframe around that, and also bulge the cloth based on the lighting direction, so you can figure out the lighting directions based on this stuff, for example. Shouldn't be that difficult. Tons of code, but yeah. I just wanted to talk about this masking and these fantastic new applications claiming to be. They're not. They they just want to make money. They want your cash. I'm not saying they're not better, but probably they're like 2% better, 3% better than, yeah. At least based on an image like this, where it's really tricky. Yeah, this is Masahiro. He was the one that came up with the term, the uncanny valley. So if you know about robotics, then you should know about the uncanny valley as well. Yeah, so sorry to break it to you, but what you gotta do here is the old-fashioned stuff. There's really no way about going. There's no other way. So I can do this, and then I can hold down Shift, and it will somewhat. I guess I was kind of lucky now. Not that lucky in that shot. So yeah, you can do that to a certain degree. Yeah, then you can see here. No, it doesn't do the job that I want. Of course, you could do this manually with some tool. Just be careful not to click too fast, because then this is going to happen. What else? Yeah, I got the magnetic lasso tool, which is kind of like okay. So you can see that it follows the contrast and the frequency of that, and it does kind of like an okay job. Hold down space and then move down. So it's not that bad really, it's pretty good. But once of course it comes into this area, it just goes like, nah, I don't want to do that. So what you need to do is hold down Alt and keep clicking Alt really on those low contrast areas, because it's not going to be able to figure out how to go about that selection. So you can see here it just goes like, okay, where am I going now? It can't figure it out because there's. So hold down, click Alt many times in order to make that work. And yeah, and hold down Shift, space to move around. Let's see. Okay, there's something going on here. Okay, that's probably my selection then. I'm not sure what happened there. Anyway. And also for this area here, I mean, how are you going to get a good transparency based on this, the curtain and the background? I mean, it's impossible really for a program to be able to mask that properly. So once again, you're stuck with the old-fashioned way of going about it. I would probably use a feather. Let's just, first of all, I would copy that. Color dodge, what is that? Yeah, so I would use a feather selection on that. Then I would say blur, motion blur, and with a direction. Yeah, so okay, so that's how you can make a transparency mask for that area. So let's see, we'll oops, it was a beautiful selection. Go like that. Make a mask. Ah, there we go. Oh yeah, let's see. Like that. Sorry, getting off track a bit. Been a long time since I did this, but yeah. So that's your mask. Just wanted to talk about that because, I mean, these guys are selling applications that claim to do magic, and they don't. If I'm totally wrong about this, then please give me a comment below.